Welcome back to the universe of power. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Please like, comment, and subscribe for all things within the Power universe. Things definitely took a surprising turn in episode 4, and in today's video I will break down standout moments that I believe will have major consequences towards the end of the season. I will also point out a major unanswered question that seems to have gone under the radar for some viewers. Now it seems like these last 2 episodes, Detective Carter's real intentions have become even more clear. On the surface, it may seem like Detective Carter is just another clueless detective, but if you really have been paying attention to some of the moves that he has made so far, there's clearly more to his character than they are leading us to believe. Detective Carter has yet another questionable moment when Tate's brother Kemal brings information on Zion being the connect and supplier of Roman, which is the guy that Carter arrested on the scene of the van explosion. Now pay close attention to Detective Carter's response and reaction.
I've been doing some digging on a Marcus Zion Washington.
Who?
So you mean to tell me that Carter wasn't aware of who Zion was? Even though he has a drug task force? I don't buy into that.
Okay. How you know all that?
I squeezed it out of Roman when I questioned him after the collar.
God damn. I remember the days when snitches got stitches. It's like they don't make soldiers like they used to, huh?
This statement by Carter was very telling in my opinion. If Detective Carter was a legitimate detective that played by the rules, he would have took the information that Kemal provided him and further investigated into Zion. But instead, he goes on to basically call Kemal a snitch and an unwanted guest. For Detective Carter to completely disregard the information on Zion and center his focus on Tariq and Monet, there obviously is a hidden agenda that Carter wants to carry out on Tariq. We have never seen another detective in Power use the analogy, snitches get stitches, when speaking on a suspect. Think about it for a second. If Carter would have allowed for Kemal to further investigate Zion, he would have found out that Noma was behind the van explosion. This is why I believe Detective Carter may have ties to Noma in some way. He could be Noma's eyes and ears within law enforcement. What if Detective Carter is a corrupt detective that extorts major players within the drug game in exchange for keeping their organizations from under the radar of law enforcement? What if Detective Carter was the person who helped Ghost and Tasha send Kanan to prison back in the day, and Ghost never paid Carter the money for setting up Kanan? Or what if Detective Carter was Angela's love interest when she went away to college? It would explain how Detective Carter and Paz knew each other. Carter could have an agenda for getting retribution for the death of not only Junior, but the death of his former college love, Angela Valdez. Even though part of me still feels like Detective Carter could be related to Ghost in some way, but I wouldn't rule out one of those other theories that I just gave. Only time will tell, but Carter is getting more and more suspicious as the episodes go on. And I could be wrong, but I'm predicting that Detective Carter will take out Tate's brother in the next episode. Now in the early part of episode 4, we saw Monet and Kane going after Drew and Diana, as predicted, along with Tariq. During this cat and mouse chase, we got to see Kane and Drew put all of their issues with each other on the table. With Kane being upset about Drew attempting to kill Monet, and Drew being upset with Kane over siding with Monet after the death of Lorenzo. I think this was a foreshadowing moment between Kane and Drew, and I wouldn't be surprised if Kane was the one who ends up taking out Drew in the finale. And I think episode 4 was only the beginning of the inner family war between them. On a side note, Kane and Drew's acting in that scene under the bridge were some of their best performances that I've seen in Book 2 from any set of characters. That whole conversation about Monet using them felt realistic. We saw Diana go to Salim's house to hide out while Drew went to go pick up his stash of guns, but Diana never told Salim that she was pregnant. Instead, she asked for Salim's help, which led to Salim giving her the keys to one of his parents' vacation spots in Connecticut. But Tariq had pinky tracked Diana, and just as I predicted, Salim was taken out by Tariq. But one prediction that I gave as far as Monet finding out about Diana's pregnancy didn't take place as I expected it would. Instead, we saw her sister Janet point out the signs of Diana being pregnant. And once Tariq located Diana, just before he was about to pull the trigger, Monet stops him by telling the news of Diana being pregnant with his child. I thought that this was a great way to reveal Diana's pregnancy to Tariq. I knew Monet would have a change of heart about killing Drew and Diana once she learned of Diana being pregnant with her grandchild. I think this will strengthen the bond between Monet and Tariq even more, but I also think that this will cause Drew to spiral out even more. Now let's get to the burning questions that we need answers to. First up, we have the scene with Tariq and Kemal. The main question that everyone needs to be asking is who exactly was the witness on scene that witnessed Monet being shot by Tasha. We only saw Kane, Drew, and Diana on the scene, so it makes you wonder, was this just a tactic that Kemal used? Or was there really a witness on the scene that hasn't been revealed yet? Another question that we need answers to is who exactly left the flash drive for Junior to begin with. In my previous video, someone pointed out the fact that Sax died before Obi received the green cards from Tariq. So what this means is that there is no possible way that Sax could have left the flash drive for Junior, like we all originally assumed. This means one or two things. Either Junior investigated into Tariq getting Obi the green cards, or someone tipped Junior off about it. That would raise the question as to what's really on the flash drive, and most importantly, who left it for Junior. I feel like this will come back up down the line, and we could actually learn the truth. After Tariq learns the news of Diana being pregnant, he goes to the party that Brayden threw outside of the campus. I think by Brayden and Tariq moving product through parties that they throw will be short-lived when Detective Carter starts applying major pressure on Tariq. But I also think that this may have been another foreshadowing moment of what could happen in the future when Tariq receives Club Truth. I could see Tariq and Brayden moving product through Club Truth if Tariq ever takes back his ownership from Simon Stern. At the end of episode 4, we saw Anya Covington appear at Tariq and Brayden's party. We all knew it would only be a matter of time before Anya and Tariq crossed paths, and I believe that Anya will be the key factor in Tariq taking down Noma. I believe that Tariq will get close to Anya and find out everything that she knows about Noma's schedule, as well as where Noma is located. But the only problem is that Anya doesn't really know anything about Noma moving product or how ruthless she is. I think Tariq will expose Noma by telling Anya everything. And once Tariq tells Anya that Noma killed her father, I believe that Anya will help Tariq carry out his plan on taking Noma down. I predict that Tariq will come up with a plan where he pretends to kidnap Anya so that he could lure Noma in, and once he does, him and Brayden will take out Noma. But on the other hand, I believe that if Noma finds out beforehand about Anya dealing with Tariq, Noma will most likely hit Tariq where it really hurts, by locating and taking out Tasha. And if you're wondering how Noma would be able to find Tasha, this is where the Detective Carter and Noma connection could be revealed. But I don't see any of this taking place until the last episode in the series. I predict that we will get a major death in the next episode, along with us learning even more about Detective Carter's true motives. I believe we will see Monet excited about being a grandmother, while Tariq and Diana go to the doctor to find out how far along she is in the pregnancy. I think Tariq will have a hard time believing that the child is his, and this will cause even more friction between him and Diana. Now I could be wrong, but I think that we could see Noma question Effie's loyalty after learning from Kane about her plans to get out of the game and attend Stansfield in California. And if this happens, Effie could be the big death that happens in episode 5. Part of me thinks that Tariq's dream sequence at Club Truth will not be Ghost that he comes face to face with. I think that Tariq could have an hallucination seeing the younger version of himself that shot Ghost. Something as big as a Ghost appearance would be saved for the finale, in my opinion. And lastly, I believe we could see Detective Carter convince Drew to help him in his investigation of Monet taking out Lorenzo. I expect the mid-season finale to go out with a bang, especially since we won't get to the second half of season 4 until September. Who do you see not making it past episode 5? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for all things within the Power universe. See you all next time in the universe of Power.